Good morning, students. Our today's topic is T naught and T1 spaces. So first we define T naught space. Let us take a topological space X tau. Then we say that this topological space is T naught if for every pair of distinct points of this topological space X, there exists a neighborhood of one of them which does not contain the another. It means if we take 2 points X and Y belonging to topological space X such that X is not equal to Y, then either there exists a neighborhood W of X such that Y does not belong to W, or there exists a neighborhood V of Y such that X does not belong to V. So if this condition is satisfied, we say that the topological space X tau is T naught space. In the same way we define T1 space. So a topological space X tau is said to be T1 space if for every pair of distinct points there exists neighborhood of both such that not contain the another point. Means there should be neighborhood of X which does not contain Y, as well as there exists a neighborhood of Y which does not contain X. So mathematically we can write for every pair of points X and Y belonging to the topological space X with X not equal to Y, we should have a neighborhood W of X such that Y does not belong to this neighborhood, and there exists a neighborhood of Y which is V such that X does not belong to V. So the basic difference between T naught and T1, in the T naught space there is a choice. Either we should have a neighborhood of X which does not contain Y, or a neighborhood of Y which does not contain X. But in T1 space we should have neighborhoods of both points which does not contain the another. Neighborhood of X does not contain Y, and neighborhood of Y does not contain X. Now let us see examples of the spaces which are T naught space. So let us take discrete topological space. Discrete topology consists of all the subsets of the topological space X. If we take 2 points X and Y belonging to X such that X and Y are different elements. Now because X belongs to X, so singleton X is a subset of X, and therefore that is open because discrete topology consists of all the subsets of X. This is open set, and also this is neighborhood of the point X. Now because X and Y are different points, so we can say Y does not belong to singleton X. Thus we have obtained a neighborhood of X such that Y does not belong to this neighborhood. So we can say that discrete topological space, that is T naught space. Now let us see an example of space which is not a T naught space. So consider in discrete topological space. In discrete topology consists of the members phi and x. Now if we take two distinct elements from this topological space X, those two elements we have taken as X and Y. Now in this topology, this X is the only neighborhood of X as well as Y. So we can say that the neighborhood of X contains Y, and also the neighborhood of Y contains the element X. So in discrete topological space is not a T naught space. Now let us see some characterizations of T naught spaces. So first one is, let X tau be a topological space, then this space is T naught if and only if for every pair of distinct points X and Y belonging to X either x does not belong to closure of singleton y or y does not belong to closure of singleton x. So first of all, let us take the space is T naught space and we prove this condition. Now because the space is T naught, so by definition of T naught, for every pair of distinct points x and y, there exists either a neighborhood W of x such that y does not belong to W, or there exists a neighborhood V of y such that x does not belong to V. Now we have to prove that either y does not belong to singleton x closure or x does not belong to singleton y closure. Now because y doesn't belong to W, it means intersection of W with singleton y, that is phi. So by definition of closure point, if the intersection of any neighborhood of x with singleton y is empty, it means x does not belong to closure of singleton y. We can show another condition also, because this is in OR, so we have to show only one of them. Either you can prove this condition or this condition, or because x does not belong to V, so the intersection of singleton x with V, that is phi. So by definition of closure point, we can say that y does not belong to singleton x closure because the intersection of neighborhood of y with singleton x, that is phi. Now conversely, we are given that for every pair of distinct points x and y, either x does not belong to y closure or y does not belong to singleton x closure, and we have to prove that the topological space is T naught space. Now because we are given x does not belong to singleton y closure, it means x is not a closure point of singleton y. So by definition of closure point, there will be a neighborhood of x which is disjoint with singleton y. That neighborhood we have taken as W. So intersection of W with singleton y is empty. It means y does not belong to singleton W. Y does not belong to W. Thus we have shown a neighborhood W of x which does not contain y. Or we can show the another condition by using this, because y does not belong to closure of singleton x. So by definition of closure point, we have a neighborhood of y whose intersection with singleton x will be phi. That neighborhood we have taken as V. So the intersection of V with singleton x, that is phi. It means x does not belong to V. So we have shown a neighborhood of y which does not contain x. So by definition, the topological space is T naught space. Now in the next theorem, we prove the hereditary property of T naught spaces. It means subspace of a T naught space is T naught. So let us take a topological space X tau, which is T naught space, and Y tau y be a subspace of this topological space. We have to prove that this subspace is T naught space. So let us take a pair of distinct points y1 and y2 belonging to y. Now because y is contained in x, so these two elements also belongs to the topological space X, and because these 2 points are distinct and the space is T naught, so by definition either we have a neighborhood W of y1 such that y2 does not belong to this neighborhood, or there exists a neighborhood V of y2 such that y1 does not belong to this neighborhood. Now these are neighborhoods in the topology tau, and we require the neighborhoods of y1 and y2 in the topology tau y, subspace topology. Now because W is tau neighborhood of y1, So we already discussed, if we take intersection of tau neighborhood with y, then that becomes tau y neighborhood. So we can say W intersection y is a neighborhood of the point y1 in the topology tau y. And also y2 does not belong to this neighborhood because y does not belong to W. So y2 cannot belong to W intersection y. Or you can show another condition. Now because V is tau neighborhood of y2. So by definition, its intersection with y, that gives us a neighborhood of y2 in the topology tau y. And y2 does not belong to V implies that y2 does not belong to V intersection y. So we have obtained either a neighborhood of x which does not contain the another element, or we have obtained a neighborhood of y2 which does not contain y1. So we can say that the space y tau y, that is T0 space. Here, replacing this OR by AND, you can prove the hereditary property of T1 spaces also. So you will do this property yourself by replacing this OR by AND. Now let us see an example of T1 space. Discrete topological space which contains at least 2 points, that is also a T1 space. To prove this, let us take two distinct elements x and y from this topological space X. These two elements x and y, these are distinct elements. Now because singleton x and singleton y, these are both subsets of x, so these are open, and also singleton x contains x and singleton y contains y. Now because x and y are different, so we can say that y does not belong to singleton x, and also x does not belong to singleton y. So from here we can see that this is a neighborhood of x which does not contain y, and this is a neighborhood of y which does not contain x. So by definition we can say that discrete topological space is T1 space if it contains at least 2 points. Now next there is a characterization of T1 spaces. Let us take X tau be a topological space. Then we prove the following conditions are equivalent conditions. First condition, X tau is T1 space. Second condition, every singleton X is closed for every X belonging to X. Means if the space is T1 space, then every singleton that is closed. In the third condition, we proved that for every X belonging to the topological space X, singleton X is the intersection of all the neighborhoods of X. So we prove these three conditions are equivalent conditions. So firstly we prove 1 implies 2 and 2 implies 1. So 1 implies 2. In the first condition we are given that the topological space X tau is T1 space, and we prove that every singleton in X is closed. It means we are to show that singleton X closure is same as singleton X. Now because every set is contained in its closure, so singleton X is contained in the closure of singleton X. Now to prove the converse part, let us take an arbitrary element from the closure of singleton X. We are to prove that this y belongs to singleton X. We prove it by contradiction. Let us suppose y doesn't belong to singleton X. So from here we can see that because y does not belong to singleton X, it means y and x are distinct elements of the topological space X. Now because X is T1 space, so by definition we get a neighborhood W of y such that X does not belong to this neighborhood. Now because X does not belong to W, therefore singleton X intersection W, that will be phi. So y is not a closure point of singleton x. But this is a contradiction because we are given y belongs to singleton x closure. So this contradiction proves that this assumption is wrong. It means y belongs to singleton x. So y belongs to singleton x closure implies that y belongs to singleton x. So this proves that singleton x is closed set. Now let us prove 2 implies 1. Now in the second condition we are given every singleton is closed, and we prove that the space is T1 space. To prove the space is T1, let us take 2 distinct elements x and y belonging to x. Now because in this topological space every singleton is closed, so singleton x and singleton y both are closed, and by definition of closed, the closure of singleton x is same as singleton x, and the closure of singleton y, that will be same as singleton y. Now because x and y are different, so x does not belong to singleton y. From here we can see that x does not belong to the closure of singleton y because x is not a closure point of singleton y. So by definition we get a neighborhood of x whose intersection with singleton y, that will be empty. So that neighborhood we have taken as W1. So intersection of W1 with singleton y is 5. So from here we can say that y does not belong to W1. Now again, because x and y are different, so y does not belong to singleton x. But singleton x is equal to singleton x closure. It means y does not belong to singleton x closure. It means y is not a closure point of singleton x. So by definition we get a neighborhood of y whose intersection with singleton x will be 5, and that neighborhood we have taken as W2. So intersection of W2 with singleton x is 5. It means x does not belong to W2. So we have obtained neighborhood of x which does not contain y and neighborhood of y which does not contain x. So by definition the topological space x star is T1 space. Now let us prove 1 implies 3. Now in the first condition we are given that the topological space x star is T1 space, and we have to prove that every singleton can be written as the intersection of the neighborhoods of that point. Now to prove this, first of all we prove that singleton x is contained in the intersection of all the neighborhoods of x. Now because every element is contained in its neighborhood, so we can say that x belongs to W for every W belonging to neighborhood system of x. So from here singleton x is contained in W, and because this condition is true for every neighborhood W of x, so singleton x will be contained in their intersection also. So this proves one side containment. Now to prove the converse, let us take an arbitrary element from this set. That element we have taken as y. Now we have to prove that y belongs to singleton x. Let if possible y does not belong to singleton x. It means y is not equal to x. So we have obtained 2 distinct elements in x, and x is T1. So by definition we get a neighborhood W1 of x, and y does not belong to W1. Now because W1 is a neighborhood of x, and from here y belongs to the intersection of all the neighborhoods of x, so from this condition y belongs to W1. But these 2 conditions are contradictory to each other. So this contradiction proves that y belongs to singleton x. So this proves 1 implies 3. Now conversely, let us prove 3 implies 1. Now we are given every singleton X is the intersection of all the neighborhoods of X, and we have to prove that the space is T1 space. So let us take two distinct elements X and Y in this topological space X. Now by using the given condition, every singleton X can be written as intersection of W. W belongs to neighborhood system of X. In the same way, by using the same condition, singleton Y can be written as intersection of V, where V belongs to neighborhood system of Y. Now because Y and X are different elements, so Y does not belong to singleton X, and therefore Y does not belong to intersection also. So because Y does not belong to intersection of neighborhoods of X, it means we get a neighborhood of X which does not contain Y. And again using the same condition, because X and Y are different, so we can interchange the role of X and Y. Now X does not belong to singleton Y, so X does not belong to intersection of V. V belongs to neighborhood system of Y. Because X does not belong to intersection, it means there is a neighborhood of Y which does not contain X, and that neighborhood we have taken as V1. So we have obtained neighborhood of X which does not contain Y and neighborhood of Y which does not contain X. So we can say that the space X star is T1 space. So these were some of the characterizations of T1 spaces. And the last theorem is every T1 space is T0 space, but its converse need not be true. So let us take a T1 space which is X star, and we are to prove that the space is T0. Now because the space is T1, so by definition of T1 space, for every pair of distinct points X and Y in the topological space X, we have a neighborhood W of X which does not contain Y, and a neighborhood V of Y which does not contain X. Now in particular we can take any one of the two choices. We have two choices here. So in particular from here we have W is a neighborhood of X which does not contain Y. So we have proved the space is T0 space. Now to show that converse need not be true, we will have to give an example. So let us take the example of set of natural numbers with a topology consisting of the members phi, set of natural numbers, and all the subsets of n of the form consisting of the n elements 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n. So these kinds of sets are in the topology top. Now we proved that the set of natural numbers together with this topology, that is not a T1 space. So let us take two distinct natural numbers m and n. Because m and n are distinct natural numbers, so let us take m is less than n. Now the set consisting of m natural numbers 1, 2, 3 up to m, that is a neighborhood of m, because that is in the topology, so that will be open, so that will be neighborhood of m. But this set does not contain the element n. So we have obtained a neighborhood of m which does not contain n. So we can say that the space is T0 space. And the neighborhood of, for the two different elements m and n, every neighborhood of n that contains m, because the set consisting of n elements 1, 2, 3 up to n, that contains the element m, because m is less than n. So we can say that the space is not T1 space, because the neighborhood of n contains m also. So we have proved that every T0 space need not be T1 space. So this completes T0 and T1 spaces.